The two key concepts I will focus on are stereotypes and hegemony in the media. When it comes to stereotypes, I'm examining how specific groups, especially marginalized groups, are portrayed in limited, repetitive ways that don't reflect the full range of their identities. This kind of narrow portrayal leads to both underrepresentation and misrepresentation, and when these groups do appear in media, their portrayals often reinforce harmful stereotypes and fail to present any differing viewpoints or ideas that go against what has been previously established by the media. This connects directly to the concept of hegemony and the idea that the people in power share public perceptions by controlling what is shown and said in the media. They present ideas that serve their interests and benefit them, often reinforcing the dominant ideologies about race, gender, and class, even if these ideologies are flawed. In Chapter 4 of Gender, Race, and Class in Media, we see how individuals challenge these narratives made by hegemonic media by using alternative media platforms like podcasts and social media to spread counter narratives and stories that otherwise would be ignored by mainstream media as they go against the agenda being pushed by these large media corporations. These platforms provide the power to the people to highlight and focus on the injustices that are often overlooked. In the documentary Tough Guys, Jackson Katz explores how the media reinforces violent masculinity as one of the defining traits of manhood. He points out how violence committed by men is so normalized that it often goes unstated in the media, due to the normalcy of men being violent. An example of this from the film is at the timestamp of 12 minutes and 42 seconds, where Katz reads from a New York Times article about school shootings that states, "Boys are almost always the killers." The article does not explore this fact further, as they state it's too obvious to need explanation. Katz argues that by not explicitly naming the gender of the perpetrators, we miss a crucial part of understanding the issue. This omission reflects how the media avoids naming men as the problem, allowing the pattern to continue unchecked, and at the same time, the repeated portrayal of boys as shooters reinforces a stereotype that only boys commit acts such as this, further simplifying a complex issue that is not a single sentence answer. The film primarily uses empirical evidence, such as statistics and academic research, to support its claims about masculinity and violence. However, it also includes anecdotal examples through movies and entertainment like Rambo or WWE wrestling to create an image of what masculinity is according to the stereotypes and media representations. In both of these examples, we see how violence is intertwined with what it means to be masculine. These kinds of things are picked up by children who are impressionable and want to be masculine, leading to violent acts by men to become the norm. If this analysis were done today, I believe the portrayal of masculinity might look different. When the film was made, the traditional masculinity of being tough, competitive, and emotionless was widely accepted, and while these traits are still promoted in many media spaces, there has been a cultural shift. Today, more people recognize that masculinity instead includes traits like vulnerability, emotional expression, and caring for those you love. Despite this, mainstream media and entertainment continue to push outdated and narrow images of what it means to be a real man, and use this stereotype to keep those who go against it suppressed and quiet about the topic. I believe this stereotype will be erased soon enough, and more people will begin to see masculinity as the characteristics I previously stated.